But ultimately, as your responsibilities grow, you have to balance what's best for the one versus what's best for the organization. So any stories or anecdotes in kind of that space?
Yeah, the way I think about that is you want to have three groups of people. You've got multiple stakeholders, right? You've got the patients, you've got the clinical care team, and then you've got the hospital administration, and then maybe you've got the the corporation that you work for. So you sometimes get in this situation where you probably are doing the best job if three of those four are just slightly angry with you, right? Like you don't want the company to be totally satisfied with you, because sometimes companies develop motives that maybe they're not super patient centric, maybe they're not exactly aligned with what allows doctors to deliver the best practices. And then the hospitals are the same, right? And a lot of times the goals of the hospital won't be perfectly aligned with the goals of the company. And then physicians are I really believe your physician team, your patients are never going to be happier than your physician team or your clinical care team. So you need to take care of those folks, but that can be taken to extreme, and you need to learn how to set limits. So I think if all three of those groups are a little bit dissatisfied with you, you probably will do the best job serving your patients. So it's interesting. And I think the further you get away from the front line, the easier it is to stray from that kind of prime directive, because you're just not, close enough to what's happening at the bedside.
And is that a good thing? Like I always go back to that, is that I can make a more balanced decision, but there's a part of me that feels a little bad about being too far removed from the front lines, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting for me.